Huh. I think something's missing there. So it's been a few weeks since we broke the T56 that we just put into the Saleen at Mustang Week. Now, obviously the car is back at home. I did drive it home, and you guys probably saw it in the background at Mod Nationals. I did in fact drive it there. And then on the way back, we had a little bit of a problem. Now we're gonna get to this a little bit later in the video, but I wanna show you some footage first from when we took the T56 back out of the car, got it fixed, show you what happened, what went wrong, and then we'll jump into what's going on there. Yeah, that's not what you want coming from your trans.
Definitely still does that.
Yeah, that didn't change. It's not looking good, guys. That looks,
well, it is looking good, which is not looking good for the
trans.
Well, you know the story. Pop the front cover.
Kind of what we're looking at here right now is trying a quick analysis. Throttle bearing looks like it's fine.
Oh. Feel that?
No, I don't have to feel that. I hear it. That doesn't sound great.
Yeah, you can hear the bearing.
Out here doing the dang autopsy, man. Oh. Input shaft is coming with it. All right. Oh, I'm seeing some metal.
Your input shaft has welded itself to the front cover here.
Oh, great.
You got a little bit of chipping on the teeth right here, but like there's no chunks of metal down that way.
Well, you're not seeing double. We got two T56s now. We actually just went and picked up this guy yesterday. This one has a messed up tail shaft, but the rest of the transmission is fine. It actually already has a 26 spline input shaft, which is pretty neat. So we're gonna take what parts that we need off of this thing, we'll put them on here, and then we'll take the messed up stuff from this unit, put it on here, probably sell this as a core for somebody who does want to actually completely rebuild it or do an upgrade down the line. Okay, so it's been a couple of weeks since Mustang Week and the car broke. And even a couple weeks since we picked the transmission back up for this thing. Andrew tossed it back in because he's awesome. And we're gonna go drive it. We just adjusted the clutch. We're all good to go. We don't really know kind of what happened other than the input shaft, the bearing failed. We don't know if it wasn't pushed on all the way from the manufacturer. We don't believe it was shimmed wrong. The transmission shop didn't have really honestly any explanation as to why it failed other than it did. So we're gonna go take it around the block and hopefully we're all good. Got the Saleen back and drove great. So I kind of want to dig into a little bit of like what happened or what we think happened. And to be honest, I don't have a whole lot to tell. You know, when we did the 26 spline input shaft upgrade on the T56 originally, we didn't do any shims, we didn't add any, we didn't remove any. And that's just the way that Andrew has done it multiple times and never had a problem. We've come to the conclusion that we believe we just had a defective bearing on that input shaft, pretty much new out of the box. Obviously, we looked at it, it looked fine. We didn't see anything, we threw it in. The car drove fine for about 200 miles, and then it stopped, and it started having that problem. We took it over to our friends over at Astro Transmission down there in DeLand, and they didn't have much to say other than, hey, it failed. We don't really know why. but we put a new one in, you're good to go. So we put about 200 or so miles on this thing again. Been really easy on it. Honestly, most of it was 6th gear driving home from Andrews back up here to Jacksonville, but I've played with it a little bit and it seems like it's holding together just fine. And the car was doing fine. In fact, it did fine for another 600 miles or so. But, you know, as you saw at the very beginning, all good things come to an end. And unfortunately, so do stock 8.8 rear ends, 28 splines with about 160,000 miles on it and almost 27 years old. So those of you guys who were waiting for the rear end to die, it has happened. And we're gonna go take it to Dylan and take this thing apart, and then we're gonna talk about what we're gonna be doing next with it. We're on another misadventure out here.
Riley breaking parts.
I know. So first it was a trans, and then now it's the rear end. So it finally bit the dust, and we're gonna see. I already know what it looks like in there, but I don't want to spoil. So
Riley's over here breaking trannies and then blowing up rears.
Well, I think he's blowing trannies.
Oh, sorry, he's blowing trannies and breaking rears, breaking them in.
We put that thing in the Danger Ranger, drove her down. Thanks, Jeremy.
Can you tell I've rebuilt 8.8 on the horse before?
Yeah, you know how it's done, don't you?
Andrew, you want to hold that real quick right there?
No.
Just a pan.
He's like, no, I don't want to be in splash zone.
Well, that's shiny.
There's a lot of metal in there, bub.
So this fluid has only been in here since April, which is maybe like 1,500 miles or so on it. 75, I think it's 75, 140.
I see a little something in the bottom of the pan.
Well, wait a second. I'm surprised. All 4 of the spider gears are still there.
Something's not right, though. Look at that. That's teeth mark on the fucking...
Well, I think I know what that's from.
What's that from?
You know what it's from.
Yeah, actually, I know what that's from too. That's from another misadventure on
this
Andrew's
side
part.
doesn't want to spin.
This whole thing doesn't want to spin.
Oh, the spider gear moved. You see that?
It should
Look
spin
at-
a little. Interesting. Pop a wrist pin out. You just get these axles out. What are the
Damn,
teeth
that's
marks
bad.
from?
Oh, I know what it's from.
So
That's bad. Actually,
I don't want this on camera.
So
we'll cut that out. We'll cut it out. I love the Dylan ASMR, effects.
sometimes you just hit it right in the right spot, you know?
No, I mean I wouldn't know. All right, just cut it.
Fall out.
Right? Are we to that point yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already to that point. Just cut it.
This still drove fine in a straight line, right?
Yeah, it drove fine in straight line.
I honestly don't see anything
When it turned,
really
when you went a
broken.
turn, it was like I have it on video. You saw it, right? You heard the video. You heard it too.
Yeah, I heard it. I saw
So
the video.
it was. I mean, it was. It didn't sound good. And I checked to make sure before I deemed it being this that it wasn't this. But
Well, it should be a suspension problem.
no, it's not that. Ooh, do you see how clean that thing slid?
Kid over here.
No. Come on. I want to find some carnage in here. Man, this is already in one complete unit than I wanted it to be.
Wasn't this thing rebuilt at some point? Or
No.
is this stock?
This is stock, as far as I'm aware.
It's an 8.8. It's probably been touched once or twice.
Well, those are solid shims, though. So maybe
It might
not.
be.
Well, it's got 170,000 miles on it, dude. I have no idea.
It is solid shim.
Yeah, so that's factory.
Cool. Yeah, it hasn't been opened then. That's 27 years of maintenance right there, brother.
Or a lack of.
You want to pull the clutch packs out?
Sure.
I do know one of those spider gears had a chipped tooth. I just don't know which one, but we'll find out here in a second.
Spring clip.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised that it's not worse. Oh, there's one of them.
Oh, that sucker's missing a whole.
yeah.
That's probably it right there.
Yeah,
That's that one's beat up too.
yeah.
That's I believe the kids call that suboptimal.
So that one was already like that. That one tooth.
Brother.
Occasionally it would, but let's see the other one. At least one of them was chipped. Okay, maybe it wasn't that bad. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, both of those are chipped pretty good, aren't they?
This side's straight. Their clutch packs are still good. Well, they're not good. They're wore out.
No, but you know what? These are good enough to be put back in
They're good
and
enough
welded.
for the girls I date.
I knew that was coming. I knew that.
Dude, that was.
saying
I've
was
been.
coming. That is a
one-
Dylan saying.
That
right
has
there.
been like one of my.
He like every time he says it, he regrets saying it. He's like, I don't know why I fucking
Oh,
said
hey, that clutch is not supposed to be like that.
Nice.
You know what? This is probably the clicking he's hearing.
that. Yeah.
You know why? Because when you're turning, this clutch pack is compressing, trying to lock this side and lock the whole
really?
differential. So you're hearing that clicking. Is this probably just clicking in and out together, trying to stop that?
I'm gonna be
side.
honest, dude. I have no idea what I'm looking at. So,
So these are like friction material, like the clutch.
Right.
It's like a
what
clutch
makes
like your
it
actual
spin
clutch.
both sides.
right. Yeah. Okay.
So when both sides try to spin at a different speed, these will engage and
Right.
press outwards, and that friction material will make it lock together. Back glove ripped open. I need to change that before I get greasy. And then you gotta carry it.
All right. So
Oh.
it is messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Obviously.
messed up.
Yeah. Like.
Yep.
All
At
right.
a- at a
So I
bare
did not
minimum-
pull this thing out for no reason.
So out of bare minimum, you needed new clutch packs and you needed new spider gears. But we're just gonna get rid of this whole clutch system because the clutch
Well-
system sucks.
Plus 28 spline axles. We know if you got any sort of traction
Right.
on there, you're done.
It's
bud.
almost like you're making way more power.
I mean, this thing might not even survive a classic Bradley 2.8 60-foot, dude.
Oh, I have to clean this bitch out.
That thing needs some O'Reilly's brake clean will fix her up.
Good thing I got a case of it right in there. What's up, YouTube? So my name's Dylan, one of Bradley's buddies. I run a little company called Rangers Drift Works, and Bradley has left the rear end within my care to get put back together to handle the 600 or 700 horsepower that the car is making now. As you saw from the clips he recorded when we took it apart, spider gears are messed up, broke clutch pack. So far I've already gone through and it cleaned it out. I brake cleaned out the inside, got as much of the grease out as possible. I got to do one more clean out before I put the bearings back in because there's some metal shavings in there and these grooves that I gotta get out with a pick, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. The biggest things I'm doing right now, a little out of my face, is we're gonna weld the axle tubes because I went and took the angle grinder with the wire wheel and wire wheeled the whole thing off just to get it cleaned up because it was covered in grease and dirt and grime and scum. And the biggest spots I hit was right here. Now, on Ford 8.8s, they stamp the tubes in, right? So it's literally they press fit the tube in and then they rivet it or of some sort, or I don't know if it's a rivet or a stud weld thing right here and here and one on the bottom. Yep, one on the bottom right there. They do that on both sides. And that's all that really holds this tube in plus friction. Now what you'll see on high horsepower cars with 8.8s is they'll actually shear these and the whole axle tube will twist and come loose and start to leak, which is suboptimal. So what we are doing to stop that from happening on Bradley's car with the much more horsepower it's making, and I've seen this happen on stock cars, we are going to weld the axle tubes to the actual case, right? So that these axle tubes will not come out. Now, you got to be a little careful when you do it, because if you don't do it quite right, you can warp an axle tube and cause it to curl and give you axle binding issues. So the trick you do is you break this into 4 quadrants like I have here. So I marked the top, I marked the bottom, and I marked the sides, right? So everything's 90 degrees off from each other. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna weld opposite sections. So I'm gonna start here, go to here, and then I'm gonna do the exact opposite side. That way, if it pulls it back this way, it'll pull back that way, and then vice versa here and then here, right? And just do it very evenly on both sides. That way, axle tube doesn't warp, everything stays nice and tight. And now it's fused to the housing because I'm gonna be welding it real nice and real hot with the welder. And that way, everything stays nice and tight together. From there, we're gonna hit it with some paint, make it pretty, because right now the bare metal look is better than dirt and grease of a 27-year-old unopened rear end, but still not pretty. So, and I like my stuff to look good when I'm done with it. So, Bradley's getting the luxury treatment on this sucker. So now that we did this side, we're gonna do this section right here. Next thing, we'll hop to this section right here. as you can see, the whole tube is nicely welded around. So now instead of it twisting when too much torque supplied, it's just gonna be solid. Just gotta do this side now. Ta-da! Gotta let it cool now, then it's paint time.
All right, guys, well, it has been a couple days, and as you can see, Saleen is on the ground, and it does, in fact, have that fresh Dylan Special rear end slapped in it, and so far, seems to be doing pretty good. Now, I haven't gone too crazy with it. All right, maybe I've done a couple pulls or so, but I made sure to drive it, you know, a little bit first before I started beating on it. So far, it's doing good. We also got some fresh NT555 R2s on the Saleen. Went ahead and replaced the rear calipers as well, just because they were pretty cooked and had some issues. If you guys know, the e-brake has not worked for a long time. It still does not work, but it's one step closer. As you can see, the FR500s are backed. I did have to give Andrew the 4 stars back, but comment down below. I'm not sure I'm going to keep these wheels. If you guys got any suggestions, whether it be the Forge stars, maybe some welds, maybe something else, let me know. I didn't get as much footage towards the end when we started putting this thing back together, and that's honestly just because it was pretty late at night. We were on kind of a time crunch. We cared more about actually getting it done than trying to film it, and you know, that was my bad. But the car is done. It does drive again, and I'm really happy with it. Big shout out to Dylan. He really knocked it out of the park. He got it done super fast. He freaking painted the thing. Did you see how nice that thing looks? All nice and black. I mean, look how fresh that unit looks underneath here. Look at all that. Nice and black, got that fresh cover. I mean, this thing's basically brand new. Now, we didn't get into a whole lot of detail of what the setup is on the rear end here. And basically, the quick rundown is this is nearly identical to what we did with the Marauder. In fact, it actually has the 355s from the Marauder in it. We did the Eaton True Track 31 spline diff. We did 31 spline Mosier axles, Ford Racing cover, you know, kind of the basic setup here. And it works great. We've done it on the Marauder. The Marauder kicks ass. That thing is awesome. And so we figured, hey, if it worked for the Marauder, it should work for this. And so far, it's doing pretty well. But overall, I'm really happy with how the car is driving. We have a couple little things we want to figure out. There is maybe a slight adjustment to the backlash I think we have to make, but nothing crazy. I've put probably 60 miles on it so far, and everything seems to be doing just fine. So I'm really happy about that. Big shout out to Dylan for getting that thing rebuilt so fast. And I'm really excited to be able to drive this thing because it is starting to get cold outside. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you want to see us do with the Saleen next, whether we go to the track, whether we go race that thing once it's back together. Get subscribed if you're not already. Hit the notification bell. Hit the hype button. I've seen that whole thing popping up on some of these videos now. So if you see it, click that hype button. It really helps us out. But until next time, we'll see you guys in the next one.